everybody, it's Friday Farm Vlog, and today we are talking about chicken math because clearly I have succumbed to chicken math. Here at Just One More Story Farm, we started with 8 chicks, and each year we've grown a bit with our chicken flock, and we like to hatch our own chicks here. And last year we could not keep up with the chick demand, and sadly had to tell people we just didn't have enough chicks to go around. So we doubled our flock size, and this year I had so much fun with our incubators. We did incubation experiments. We had 3 incubators going at a time. We hatched, I think it was like 60 chicks from our incubators. But what I wasn't expecting was for 13 of my hens to go broody this year. So the calculations I had did for how many chicks I could reasonably sell to our local area became a bit skewed because of all the chicks hatching naturally on our farm with all of our Buff Orpingtons that were broody and hatching chicks. And now not all of them actually successfully hatched chicks. We had some that sat on eggs that it just wasn't meant to be, and their eggs didn't hatch. But we had many success stories, and our flock numbers this summer got up to 130 chickens, and we have been selling those chicks as they come of age. We usually raise them to 2 months of age. We also brought in bantam chicks that we had delivered here from 2 different hatcheries, Buff Brahma Bantams and Buff Orpington Bantam. So you will see those sprinkled on in here. We do as much free ranging as we can possibly do. However, the grass has taken a hit this year just because of how many chickens we've had on our 1 acre, as well as letting the goats rotationally come out to graze out here. We thankfully have 2 customers coming this weekend picking up some of our chicks, which will be really good because we have way too many eggs. We have had an abundance of eggs now that our bantams are egg laying and really ramping up production along with our Buff Orpington flock of hens. We are so thankful for the abundance, but this is way too much for us to keep up with. Yes, we're getting a lot of eggs, but the inputs of how many bags of feed we are going through to feed all of these beautiful chicks and chickens is a lot. So we do have ads on Facebook and on Craigslist looking for great homes for our bantams that are egg laying, as well as our younger chicks that we are looking to sell because we cannot keep all of the chicks from our main flock because they are related to our rooster. Over the years we have changed out our roosters. We have brought in Buff Orpingtons from other genetic stock so that way we don't have inbreeding going on, and the chicks that we hatch here we do find new homes so that way we're not breeding them back to our current rooster T-Bone. Now T-Bone here, our Buff Orpington rooster, he is definitely getting up there in age, but is still continuing to do really well as a protector of the flock, a good breeder. He's very watchful over his flock. Sadly, we did lose Clifford this summer, so T-Bone has been taking over the role of being head rooster, and he's doing a wonderful job. So these bantam ladies at 6 months old, they are egg laying. We do have way too many bantam roosters running around. T-Bone does a great job keeping those little roosters in their place. They know to keep away from T-Bone's hens. Which is nice that I can free range them together. I find the bantams hang out together, whereas our main flock tends to like to forage in our garden, or what's left of it. We've allowed them to take over the summer garden and grab whatever is left, and they are loving it. Hi, pretty girl. You guys having fun? They haven't found everything though, because there is this massive watermelon that is almost ready for us to eat, and I'm looking forward to it. But if they figure it out, that's okay too. They like to enjoy the abundance. And we can always enjoy this slightly smaller one. That is just about ready. It's browning over here, so we should be eating this one in the next couple days. But they have picked the last of the raspberries. They love getting up inside all the raspberry bushes up in here. They enjoy the shade and the foraging. There are still some raspberries further in that we just can't quite reach. But as they ripen, we do try to grab them and enjoy them for ourselves as well as for the chickens. It's a lot of bees. A lot of bees still enjoying the garden. But yeah, anything that I can reach, chickens will gladly enjoy. They've gotten all the bottoms fruit. There you go. See, you want to pick that one off for me? That one's not quite ready. Every year I'm always amazed at how many raspberries we get all season long. They just keep coming. And I'll be honest, we kind of just gave up on containing the raspberries. We just gave them a trellis to try to trellis. And they did to an extent, but they seem to prefer just kind of sprawling out. And that's okay with us. We've succumbed this area of the garden to them. Ladies, would you like some? Ooh. I sure do love being in the garden with my beautiful chickens, but I find that this time of year I end up covered in these. They are very grippy no matter what I'm wearing. Oh well. The chickens are happy, right? You want these? You're eating those little seeds? Yeah, they're looking for a place to grow. So my main flock of girls, they are all staying, of course, but we are going to try to rehome as many chicks as we can. And I can't believe it's October and our broody hen just hatched 4 chicks. I knew she was sitting on eggs. I honestly did not think they were going to hatch this late in the season, and they sure did, and they are adorable. I hope that they fare well with the cooler weather that's heading our way here in Massachusetts. They do have a really good mom taking care of them, and they do go under her wings when they need warmth. So as long as she continues to do a great job mothering them, they will stay with her. But if at any point she decides to join the flock and no longer keep them warm at night, I will then add in a brooder plate for them. And sometimes that does happen, sometimes at 3 weeks, sometimes at 6 weeks. It all depends on the mama hen when she decides that she's had enough of raising the chicks. And that's where I step in. So I don't usually hatch this late in the season just because we get some pretty cold late falls and into winter. So this will be a adventure, keeping these chicks warm as they grow over the next couple months and get their full feathers. I do have a feeling that they're going to grow in their feathers really quick just with the cooler weather temperatures. It should encourage them to grow those feathers real quick. Now I do apologize, I did not get a Friday farm vlog video out to you last Friday. I actually went on a plane with my family to go take a look at 2 new animals that I was not able to find those breeds locally. And we were not sure if Hurricane Helene was going to stop us from going to South Carolina. And I gotta say, we were so lucky.
In a case of an evacuation, please leave all your belongings behind and follow flight attendant commands. In case of a
that we missed the hurricane after seeing all the devastation. My heart goes out to those that were affected by Hurricane Helene. I saw the aftermath in North and South Carolina. Wow, it's like rapids.
That's crazy.
Look at all the dirt. That's ooh.
Did you take a picture?
It looks like a river.
What do we got over here?
Oh my gosh.
So much
It looks like
rain.
a river of chocolate milk. No, it looks like a river of branch.
Oh, coming from this side.
It's not bad on that side, but that side.
Where we stayed, they had lost power and were running a generator just for the essentials, keeping the refrigerator and freezer cold, and a few other things. We used lanterns, but we saw a lot of downed trees, a lot of power lines down, power outages throughout the town we stayed in, and a lot of flooding, rising waters, and just an immense amount of rushing water, cars that had trees on top of them. Sadly, there were carcasses of different animals on the side of the road. It was really heartbreaking to see. We were so thankful we were able to find a grocery store that actually had a generator for power so that we could get food while we were there. And I'm just so thankful that my family and I missed the actual hurricane itself. And I was praying for all of those that were affected by the hurricane and the recovery efforts, and hopeful that as a community they'll be able to rebuild what they lost. As for the animals that we went to look at, that we will talk about in a future video so I can give you all the details. But thank you for hanging out with me today. Until next time, if you haven't started your farm yet, what are you waiting for? Get your farm on.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you want a farm? A wicked awesome farm? Watch this channel to learn what to do. We love to farm and we'll show you. Yeah, welcome to our show.